Hey, this is Dennis. I'm back with part 2. So I said all that to lead you up to let you know I was truck farming. I farmed 2 acres. I went and joined the Santa Rosa County Farmers Market, the Escambia County's Farmers Market, and grew the vegetables. I'd take it to the market, but I still was renting and selling oxygen at the time. So the 2 acres I farmed, I didn't have a tractor. I had the largest rear tine tiller made. And that's how I worked the land. And I remember it was in the winter time. It was extremely cold. It was one of those big northern blows that comes in northwest Florida. And I got out and I worked outdoors in it all day long. And I got bad sick. I think it started with sinus infections, and then it worked down in my throat, and it got down in both my lungs. And I was young and dumb, wouldn't go to a doctor, wasn't taking no antibiotics. I was tough. I was going to tough it out. Well, I toughed myself right down in the bed. And my wife, she was working up there at Santa Rosa Medical Center. She was a registered nurse. And she had gone that day, and I was down in the bed. I mean down. And there was some point there that I felt like my spirit was getting ready to leave this earthly body. And I'm going to tell you, that's a weird feeling. That's a weird feeling. And when it happened, I just started praying and talking to God. And I said, God, hold on just a minute, hold on. Let's talk about this. I really would like to stay a while. I really don't want to leave right now. And I can't remember what all I said, but I remember I wasn't afraid. I wasn't begging and pleading, making promises. I just started talking to God. Can't remember what all I said, but I remember I was saying, Lord, hold on a minute here, hold on. And I was living a prodigal son life, wasn't going to church. I was drinking. I wasn't above smoking a little marijuana every now and then. I wasn't a full-blown drunk then. I was doing some drinking. And I know some people, they might say, well, God don't hear the prayers of a sinner. Well, I read in the Bible that we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, and that all your righteousness ain't nothing but filthy rags in the nostrils of God. And it's like a guy asked me one time, he said, you think God hears the prayers of a sinner? I said, if God didn't hear the prayers of a sinner, how would anybody get saved? We're all sinners. So anyhow, now I didn't see God, I didn't hear any voices, I just started talking to God. And I talked to God about 3.5 hours. Well, it was pretty evident within the first 15 minutes that I had went into a coma. I was alive on the inside talking to God, but I couldn't move, I couldn't open my eyes. I was just down in the bed. So I just kept talking to the Lord. Well, after about 3.5 hours, I got where I could open my eyes. And then I got where I could move my arm, and I reached over and I got the phone. And I got to tell you, where I lived out in the country, my step-grandfather, he had bought 100 acres of farmland up there, divided it up, and I inherited 5 acres of that. So it was like a 100-acre neighborhood, and everybody's kin to everybody. So I called up one aunt, And I told her, I said, look, I'm in bad shape. I need some help. Could you come over and help me? She said, no, I can't do it. So I hung up and I called one of my closest neighbors, Aunt Betty Jean. And I said, Aunt Betty Jean, I'm in bad shape. I need some help. Could you come over right now? Next thing I know, she's in the bedroom with me. And I told her, I said, Aunt Betty Jean, there's a key to that shed out there. I said, go out there and open up that shed and bring in here an oxygen bottle. It was a bottle about this tall. And I already had a regulator on it. I think I did, I'm pretty sure I did. And I told her to bring an oxygen candle. So she brought it all in there. And I told her how to open it up and how to turn it on, and how to put the nasal cannula on me. And I told her, I said, turn it wide open. Because I knew what had happened with the double pneumonia. The oxygen in my body had gotten so low that my body couldn't function anymore. I was dying. You got to have a certain amount of oxygen in your bloodstream to live. And I was at that critical level. So she turned it wide open. And so about 10, 15 minutes later, I'm sure I had this huge halo of oxygen around my head. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm feeling better. So she helps me out of the bed, takes oxygen off of me. And she helps me get in her car, takes me to her house. Like I said, it's in the wintertime. She had a fire going. She set me by the fireplace, just like I got a fireplace right here. So she sets me by her fireplace, and apparently she had been making supper right when I had called. So while I'm sitting by the fireplace, she finishes up supper, and they help me to the dining room table. And while I was sitting there, I told them about it. And actually, I started crying. So it was Aunt Betty Jean, Uncle Norman, and Teresa, my cousin. And Uncle Norman, he said, it must have been real scary. But yeah, I got emotional on that one and started crying. But that's the story. That's a weird feeling when your spirit starts leaving your body. But I just talked to God. And if you're out there, even if you're not saved, you're not a profession Christian, I say you can still talk to God.